Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're in the studio. I thought I'd just give you guys a little bit of a tour, talk you through some of the equipment we have in here, and hopefully answer some frequently asked questions. So let's go. So as you come into the space, the first thing you notice is actually just a box with really high ceilings. This makes the room feel so much more spacious, but it also helps with lighting because I can put my light stands much higher, I can do overhead lighting and things like that. One thing you'll notice about the space as well, it's just a minimal space. It's not got too much decoration, it's not my home, it's more of a functional studio space that myself and other people can work from. So let me show you what we've got going on in here. So the first thing we have over here is the speaker. It's on the floor because it gets quite bassy and I didn't want it to be like rattling everywhere. This is just a Harman Kardon Bluetooth speaker. I've had this for so long. I think I got it for my 16th birthday, so about 7 years now. But when I got the studio space, I just brought it in here. Music is so important on set. It gets everyone in the mood, gets everyone vibing. So yeah, it gets lit in here. Moving on to the full length mirror. This is from IKEA. I love this mirror. It's so clean, so simple. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would see me like taking selfies in this mirror. I love it. It's actually in a really good position as well because it just has such a clean backdrop to it. And when I'm shooting models, they can actually see themselves in the mirror, which helps a lot as well. As we come down here, we have the hair and makeup station. Now this table I actually made myself. It's made from a kitchen worktop, and then I just put these sort of hairpin legs on it. The fact that it's a kitchen worktop is actually really useful as well because when it comes to like hot hairstyling tools, it's not really going to get damaged, and it can also wipe down super easily with just a cloth. So yeah, love that. The mirror is from Amazon. This is an illuminated mirror. It's touch sensitive, so it just turns on right here and it has different settings. So you can go like warm or cool, but we just have it on the white setting. This little ding sticker, this is actually a gift from my friends at Noosa Films. Shout out Toby and Pete. They got me these little ding stickers. They make really good social media content for brands. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you check them out. I'll link them down in the description. So then over here we have the styling rail. This is a pretty heavy duty styling rail. It's on wheels, it's from Amazon. And then I got like 36 hangers. These are from IKEA. Again, just keeping it really minimal, really clean, black and white, really simple. I mean, what else is there really to say? And then over here we have the steamer. This I got on eBay. It's actually a really good steamer. It heats up really quick. And I mean, it steams, so that's that. So now to address the elephant in the room, which are these Crocs. These are my studio Crocs. I love these. Listen, when you're shooting, you just need to be comfortable. And I got my little Crocs. I got my Croc charms. They've got my initials on them. And also some little, I've got like a camera thing and fire and money. Listen, we're ready to shoot. But the real elephant in the room is this, which is the Infinity Wall, Infinity Cove, Cyclorama, Cyc Wall. It's got so many different names. It's basically just a wall made out of wood. And at the bottom, it's been curved so that you can't see where the floor ends and the wall begins. This was probably the biggest investment within the space. When I was getting quotes for this, people were talking about 5 figures. I was like, that is crazy, that is ridiculous. But I got someone to do it for me for a good price. And I think it's been worth it. I think it really takes the space to the next level. It does need a lot of maintenance. As you can see, it is a matte white finish. So you can't wipe it down, you can't just mop it. Every time it gets dirty, it has to be painted over again. So it's a lot of work, but I do really like it. So moving over here, this is like the real equipment area. So this is where I have all like light stands and sandbags and all that sort of stuff. So here we have a rolling stand. This is from Pixar Pro. It's got a boom arm on it, so I can use it for like overhead lighting and things like that. And the fact that it's on wheels makes it super handy for moving because this can be quite heavy once it's got like soft boxes and sandbags and things on it. On here, I've got my Profoto B1. These are lights that I always use, Profoto B1s and D2s. And I've just got a large silver umbrella on here as well. Moving over here, we've got a bunch of C-stands. C-stands are pretty much the bread and butter of like any studio. They're so handy, so heavy duty, and you can pretty much put anything on them. So I've got 4 of them here, and they do have the arms as well, which is really useful. Moving over here, we have the rest of the equipment. We have sandbags, we've got other light stands, we've got Cyclorama sort of backdrop holders. But what I get asked about the most are these. Now these are polyboards. Lots of people think they're V-flats, but a V-flat does the same job, but it's slightly different. A V-flat has two foam boards, which are sort of put together and form a V shape. So it's kind of hinged and you can open it and close it. This is a polyboard. So it's made out of polystyrene. It's painted black on one side and it's white on the other side. So the black side adds what's called negative fill, which is basically more contrast and shadow, and the white side reflects light. But these don't stand up on their own. So what I do have are polyboard stands. These are hard to find. I had to get these made. You could make these out of wood, which would be easier and probably a bit cheaper, but I really wanted something metal, so it's really robust. And I love these. These are so handy. So this is the work trolley. This is always by my side when I'm shooting. I love this thing. I usually have my laptop on here. I can put my monitor on here. I can lay out my lenses. It's just a super useful sort of rolly trolley that you can store things on while you're shooting. So you've always got what you need right next to you. And on here at the moment, I've just got one of my Jinbei LED video lights. These were kindly gifted to me. These are so good. I use these to film my videos. If you see sort of my sit down section, this is what I use. It even has an app that you can control it from your phone, which is really useful for when it's up high. So you don't have to sort of get up and change the power of the light. So I love these. Right next to that, we've got the stool. I mean, it's a stool. It's super useful. I usually roll around the studio on that. And here we have the bucket of umbrellas, which is sort of denoted with the tag umbrellas. I've got a whole load of umbrellas in here. I've got large white umbrellas, large silver umbrellas, shallow umbrellas, deep umbrellas, so many to choose from. I love shooting with umbrellas. Have I said that before? I've said umbrellas so many times, but I love working with them. They're super easy to pop up and down, so much easier than like soft boxes and things where you have to put loads of things together. And if you want to diffuse them, I've got like umbrella diffusion. So umbrellas, probably my favorite light modifier to use. In the corner here, lots of different soft boxes, rectangular, octabox, deep, shallow, everything. So many soft boxes in the back of here. So right next to all that equipment, we have the Cyclorama wall. The Cycloramas are just sitting on this kind of shelf thing, but it's also got something up there as well, which holds them in place. It's super handy because you can literally just slot them in and out and they just sit upright, which is perfect for me. One thing about having a studio is really helpful to either know how to make stuff yourself or have someone that can help you make things, because pieces like this you can't really find ready to buy. And if you do, it's usually really expensive. So having some sort of DIY knowledge really helps. But I've got a bunch of Cycloramas on here. I don't usually shoot Cyclorama that often, but occasionally I do. My favorite color is probably black, gray, and red. And yeah, I love those. Moving on to more of the loungy area, we start off with this kind of tea, coffee, drinks sort of station. I have some magazines here, a couple of candles just for decor, and then obviously tea, coffee, sugar, mugs, glasses, coasters, that sort of thing. And then we have this cabinet, which is also from IKEA, like a lot of the stuff in here. And I've just got a bunch of different things in here. I've got some tape in here, I've got some cameras in here, I've got my VHS camera, my VHS video camera, which I love to use. I've got my Canon AE1 35mm film camera. I've also got, this is the Canon G7X Mark II. This is like my camera that I use for vlogging. If you see my Paris vlog, it was pretty much all filmed on this. And then I also have my Canon 6D. So I shoot on a 5D Mark IV now, but this is my sort of old camera. I still keep this in here. It's helpful sometimes to have an extra camera as a backup, but also to shoot BTS and things like that. I've got a bunch of hard drives in here. These are the hard drives I use. I always use, I don't know if they're called Lacy or Lacy, but I always use these, and I've kind of gone crazy with what I'll show you next, which is the Dymo. Now, if you are into labeling things, this is the best thing I bought recently. It's so cool. It basically just makes these like little embossed labels, which I love. So I'll put a link to this in the description if you want to get yourself a Dymo. And then other random stuff in the cupboard, face mask, because we're in a panoramic, so, you know, got to stay safe. And then like batteries and like loads of plates, mugs, glasses, cutlery, that sort of thing. So moving over to the sort of sofa chill area. As I said, the studio is quite minimal. So this was the only real space that I kind of was able to decorate a little bit. As you can see behind me, I've got a few different sort of vases. There was a plant in here, but RIP, she died. We've got a diffuser and vase. This stuff is from, I think, H&M, and maybe this is from IKEA. Bunch of different stuff. Sofa, I've had this sofa for ages. This is from eBay. And then we've got like table, rug, just a cute little setup. I always keep magazines on here, just to reference sometimes, but also just for some light reading for anyone who's sitting here. So usually this is the spot where like models or clients will sort of just chill while we're shooting. So in terms of magazines, love this cover. It's usually Vogue. This is Stephen Meisel cover, I love this. I've also got the May issue. This is Tandy Newton, love that as well. And yeah, it's just like a nice chill area. Sometimes I sit here on my laptop if I'm just doing some light work. But yeah, love this. So moving on to kind of the most boring part, but also the most practical part. This is just like the little storage area. So here I keep sort of DIY stuff in the box on the top here, first aid kit, just some like random camera equipment. I've got a box of fabric back there, which I use for like props and set design, and then like gels and lighting wires and random stuff like that. This shelf has most of my painting stuff to paint the floor. And on the bottom here, we've got the leaf blower, which you might have seen in some of my videos. We usually use this to blow like hair or fabric. It's actually super powerful, a little bit too powerful. Other stuff back here, we've just got mop, broom, cleaning supplies, bucket of paint, vacuum cleaner. Nothing too interesting back here actually. But yeah, this shelf is really handy. It's from IKEA. I think it's called an Omar or something. I'm actually gonna put caster wheels on it so I can slide it in and out, because you know I love stuff on wheels. Aside from that, we've just got a fold out table, which is really handy for putting like food on, or sometimes we need an extra table for a hairstylist to work from. I've got this plinth, which is from a website called Plinths and Pedestals. It's just a white box. I use it for posing. Sometimes we stand on it. It's just a cool sort of white box. You can get them made in different sizes. You can probably get them custom made as well. And then on top of here, I've got a beauty dish. I never use beauty dishes. That's why it's not over in the equipment area, but I have one anyway. I might try it out. I don't know. I've never really found myself gravitating towards beauty dishes, but that's pretty much everything in this corner. So that pretty much sums up the tour. As I said, there's not too much going on in here. It's just a really minimal, practical space that I can work from, create content, have clients come here, and I just really love the space. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I kind of had my little architectural digest, MTV Cribs little moment, which I loved. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more of my work, make sure you follow me on Instagram @IanHippo. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.